Go!
Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Denial of Nnamdi Kanu's bail. Huriwa cries miscarriage of justice. Denial of Nnamdi Kanu's bail. Huriwa cries miscarriage of justice. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. A prominent civil rights group, the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, Huriwa, has lamented that the dispensation of criminal justice in the country is being twisted and organized in such a way that one set of Nigerians from the southern Nigeria are treated as outcasts, whereas the others from the northern extraction are treated as sacred cows. The rights group carpeted the judiciary for refusing to grant a bail to the detained leader of the indigenous peoples of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, facing trial over nebulous charges of abusing President Muhammadu Buhari on the radio, but granting bail to public office holders accused of stealing 109 billion, 109 billion naira of public coffers. It would seem that the large-scale corruption has leveled by the EFCC against these ex-while highly placed federal government officials means nothing to the judiciary only because the accused are of the right tribal and religious group, but on the other hand, even when the United Nations has asked President Muhammadu Buhari to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. However, the president has remained adamant, and the Nigerian court seems determined to follow the directives of President Muhammadu Buhari to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in an indefinite detention against the plethora of provisions of the Constitution, including Section 36(5) of the 1999 Constitution that recognizes Nnamdi Kanu to be innocent in the eye of the law until proven guilty by the competent court of law of lawful jurisdiction. Huriwa expressed shock and consternation that whereas a few days before Justice Zainab Murtala Onyako delivered a ruling on the bail application by Nnamdi Kanu, President Muhammadu Buhari had expressed his opposition to it, which was followed up with the refusal by the Federal High Court, Abuja, of the same bail plea by Nnamdi Kanu. But an Abuja High Court sitting at Maitama on Wednesday granted bail to Ahmed Idris, a former Accountant General of the Federation, AGF, and two others over an alleged 109 billion naira fraud. Huriwa said the only reason for the disparity and discrimination is because the court system in Nigeria is not independent. Huriwa recalled that other defendants in the matter also granted bail are Godfrey Olusegun Akindele, Muhammad Kudu Risman, and Gezawa Commodity Market and Exchange Limited. The court, in a ruling that was delivered by Justice Adeyemi Ajayi, adopted all the terms and conditions of the administrative bill that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) earlier gave the ex-AGF and his two co-defendants. In line with the due process and supremacy of the law, the defendants are still entitled to bail, irrespective of the enormity of the allegations against them. Huriwa, however, recalled that Justice Murtala Nyako refused the bail application by Igbo-born British citizen Nnamdi Kanu, who was kidnapped in Nairobi and flown back to Nigeria by security forces from Nigeria and Kenya because, according to the presiding judge, Nnamdi Kanu was not justified why he ran away from Nigeria when he was granted bail by the court 2 years ago. But Huriwa said unless someone who lived in another planet 2 years back, it was clear that the army had invaded the home of the father of Nnamdi Kanu in Umuahia and killed over a dozen persons whilst searching to kill Nnamdi Kanu, but he managed to escape being killed and was later noticed to be abroad. Huriwa wonders why the nation's judiciary operates two sets of modus operandi by granting bail to persons who allegedly stole so much and then another citizen whose so-called offense was that he made inciting comment on his Radio Biafra programs from London has been detained for a whole year by the government and backed by the Federal High Court only because he is Igbo from southeast of Nigeria. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, now we've come to the end of our today's news, and now before I go, let's move down to the comment section. A comment which I have here says, if it is true that Huriwa said all this rubbish printed, then one can conclude that it is an Igbo propaganda medium hiding under human rights crusade. Another commenter says that is why this unholy marriage called Nigeria will never work. No matter how they pretend about it, the only solution to it is to allow disintegrations. To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let's know what your view is all about. Thank you for listening.